Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Let's continue with part 2 for our topic 3 on numeric data. In this part, we will learn about simple arithmetic expression. What is an expression? An expression is a combination of one or more operators and operands. Arithmetic expressions compute numeric results and make use of arithmetic operators. So some of the arithmetic operators that we are used to are addition using the plus sign, subtraction using the minus sign, multiplication using asterisk, division using slash, and remainder using modulus or percentage. If either or both operands, which are the numbers, are floating point values, then the result is a floating point value. So what does it mean by this? Let's look at this example. Here we have a class called example. There are 4 print line statements that do division. We have 10 divided by 5, 10.0 divided by 5, 10 divided by 5.0, and 10.0 divided by 5.0. Do you think that all of this will show the same calculated value? Let's go through it line by line. In the first one, we have 10 divided by 5. That is basically int divided by int if we look at the data type. The result should be of type int as well. So 10 divided by 5, we will get the value of 2. Next is 10.0 divided by 5, meaning that that is a double divided by int. As we have just learned, if one of the numbers is a floating point value, then the result will be a decimal point as well. So 10.0 divided by 5 will give us 2.0. Similarly, for 10 divided by 5.0, which is int divided by double, it will give a double value. And the last one, 10.0 divided by 5.0, so that is double divided by double. So obviously, it will be of type double as well for the result. So if you run this code, the output that you will get is 2, 2.0, 2.0, and 2.0. So this proves that it doesn't matter whether you have one or both of the numbers are in floating point, you will get the result as in floating point. Arithmetic expression. One of the most important features of a computer is its ability to calculate. How does the arithmetic expression 2 plus 3 times 4 get evaluated? The numbers are called operand. The symbols plus and multiplication are called arithmetic operator. We determine the order of evaluation by following the precedence rules. A higher precedent operator is evaluated before the lower one. If two operators are the same precedence, then they are evaluated from left to right for most operators. This is exactly the same as what we have learned in mathematics. So in this question, where we have 2 plus 3 times 4, the multiplication will be done first before the addition. The following table summarizes the arithmetic operators available in Java, and it shows examples of the calculations. We will look at division and modulus or remainder in the next slides. So what is unary operator? It is an operator that has one operand, for example, positive 1, where plus means that 1 is a positive value. And if we have minus 1, where the minus means the number has a negative value. For binary operator, it has 2 operands or numbers. Division and remainder. So what is a division and what is a remainder? What's the difference between these two? So in division, if both operands to the division operator slash are integers, the result is an integer. The fractional part is discarded. For remainder operator, the modulus, it returns the remainder after dividing the first operand by the second. Let's do a long division to understand division and remainder operators. Say that we have 14 divided by 3. When we do 14 divided by 3, the number at the top is the value for division, and the remainder is the result when we use modulus. So, 14 divided by 3 is equal to 4, while 14 modulus 3 will give us 2. The same goes for 8 divided by 12, which gives 0, while 8 modulus with 12 has the remainder of 8. Precedence rule. In a mixed expression, arithmetic operators are evaluated in precedence order. Operators of the same precedence are evaluated from left to right. For example, if we have 3 plus 4 times 5, the same as in maths, we will evaluate the multiplication, then only addition. What if we have parenthesis and multiplication? Parenthesis has higher precedence than multiplication, so it will be evaluated before multiplication. Operators can be combined into larger expressions. For example, result equal to total plus count divided by max minus offset, where result, total, count, max, and offset are different variables that have been declared and initialized previously. So we might have double result equal to 0, total equal to 0, count equal to 0. And then on the next line, we have double max equal to 0, offset equal to 0. Then we have the same equation as before. So if you see here, just to recap again, when we write all our variables in one line, we have to use the comma. If it's in different lines, then we have to use the semicolon. Operators have a well-defined precedence which determines the order in which they are evaluated. Multiplication, division, and remainder are evaluated before addition, subtraction, and string concatenation. Arithmetic operators with the same precedence are evaluated from left to right, but parentheses can be used to force the evaluation order. For example, if we have double number, so our variable is called number, it has the type of double, equal to 5 times 2 divided by 10 times, in parentheses, 3 plus 2. Which will be calculated first? So of course the parentheses, then followed by the multiplication, which is at the very left, then division, and then multiplication again. If you run this code, when it gets to system.out.println and it prints out the number, it will display 5.0 as the output. This slide shows the order of precedence from high to low as what we have mentioned previously. The highest precedence is the parenthesis followed by unary operator, which are the positive or negative values, then the multiplicative operators such as multiplication, division, and modulus, and then only addition and subtraction. If we have operators that have the same precedence level, operations are performed from left to right, as the examples that we have seen before. So this is just repeating the same thing that we have seen in previous slides. Let's look at this example. What is the value of variable c when we have int c equal to 9 plus 6 minus 3 times 6 divided by 2? Which will be evaluated first? From this, we know that we will start off with multiplication as it is at the very left, followed by division. We can use parentheses to make it clearer even though it is not needed as shown in step 1. Say that if we have 5 divided by 3 divided by 2.0, we should use parentheses to avoid subtle semantic errors because it will evaluate 5 divided by 3, then only the value 5 divided by 3 will be divided by 2.0. If we want it to do 3 divided by 2.0 first, it should be written within parentheses as it forces the order. Just a quick exercise. If we have these expressions, in what order are the operators evaluated? Let's look at the first one, a plus b plus c plus d plus e. So because they are in the same precedence level, it will be evaluated from left to right. In the next one, a plus b times c minus d divided by e, as multiplication is at the left side, it will be done first, followed by division, then addition and subtraction. When we have A divided by, in parentheses, B plus C minus D modulus E, parenthesis is evaluated first, then followed by division as it is at the very left, then modulus, and finally subtraction. And the last one, A divided by, in parentheses, B times, in parentheses, C plus, in another parenthesis, D minus E. We will evaluate the inner parenthesis first and work out our way. So we will do D minus E first, and then C plus whatever value of D minus E, and then B times with whatever value of D minus E plus with C, and finally we will do the division. The evaluation of a particular expression can be shown using an expression tree. The operators lower in the tree have higher precedence for the expression. For example, when we have A plus, in parenthesis, B minus C divided by D, the parenthesis has the highest precedence, so that will be done first. It shows at the lowest part of the tree. The assignment operator has a lower precedence than the arithmetic operators. What does it mean by assignment operator? Assignment operator is the equal sign. So, if we have answer equal to sum divided by 4 plus max times lowest, the expression on the right side of the equal operator is evaluated first. Then, the value is stored in the variable on the left side, which in this example is the variable answer. Also, the right and left hand sides of an assignment statement, they can contain the same variable. For example, as shown here, we have count equal to count plus 1. What happened here is the value 1 is added to the original value of count, and the result of the calculation is stored back into the variable count. This means that the original value of count is overwritten. Let's look at this more complicated arithmetic expression. The equation that we have can be translated as the one shown below so that the program can evaluate it. Breaking it down into smaller pieces, if we look at the first part, which is 3 plus 4x divided by 5, in Java, we have to explicitly write 4 asterisk x, because if we write 4x, it will not be able to compile the code. It does not know that 4x means multiplication. The same concept for 10 in parenthesis y minus 5, where it needs to be written as 10 asterisk in parenthesis y minus 5. Also, note that for multiplication, we use asterisk, not x. In this more complicated arithmetic expression, we need to be really careful on where we write the parentheses, as we could get incorrect answer at the end if it is calculated wrongly. Let's look at this example of the class called compute area. So what this program will do is, it will calculate what is the area when the radius value is given. In the main method, we declare a variable called radius of type double. At this point, we have not initialized it yet, so it does not have a value, but it has been allocated in the memory. Next, we declare a variable called area that is of type double. It does not have any initial value as well. The memory for variable area and radius are allocated based on the data type. If we look back at the previous part of this topic, we know that for data type double, it uses 8 bytes or 64 bits of the memory. So those are the values that are being allocated for our radius and also area. Then we have radius equal to 20, which means we assign the value of 20 to the variable radius. In the memory, the value is kept there. To compute the area, we have area equal to radius times 3.14159. We know that the formula to calculate the area of a circle is pi r squared. We could declare the value of pi, which is 3.14159, as a constant as the value should not be changed. How can we do it? We can write final double pi equal to 3.14159. Remember that by convention, constant is in all capital letters. We have also discussed in the class that we can also use the maths class where it has defined the value of pi by using maths.pi. For example, we can rewrite it as area equal to radius times maths.pi. To display the result, we have system.out.println. It will display the sentence, the area for the circle of radius. Then we have the plus sign, which refers to string concatenation. Then radius, where radius is referring to the value of the variable radius. Then another string is, and finally the evaluated value of area taken from the variable called area. And that's the end of this program. So that's all for this part. To summarize, we have covered arithmetic expression, operators, and also precedence.